Simon Hosford here from the Van Halen Show. Fair warning, we'll be playing at the Melbourne Guitar Show, Caulfield Racecourse. So come and catch us on Saturday, August the 3rd at 4 p.m. on the main stage. So what we'll actually be doing at the Melbourne Guitar Show this year is we're going to be playing all of Van Halen 1 from start to finish, exactly as if you were just dropping a needle on the record player and letting it play. So we're not jumbling the order of the songs. People can hear it as if they were sitting down with headphones listening to the record, and hopefully, I'm sure we will do it justice, but it's going to be a lot of fun trying. The highlights of the set, well, of course, for me, Eruption, you know, but actually some of the tunes that are just cruisier end up being heaps of fun. You know, Feel Your Love Tonight, that's a great old rocker. I'm the One, the Fast Boogie, you know, which is kind of the precursor to Hot for Teacher, if you like. You know, going through all the old songs, learning them all note for note, which actually we're all doing. We're all doing the whole note for note thing, trying to do it as authentically as possible. We got Jerry Pantazis on drums, the one and only. And actually, I should say, Jerry and I did a Van Halen show 20 years ago for the Frankston Guitar Show. And this is basically like a 20-year anniversary, if you like. So Jerry and I have done this before, but not for a long time. So we've got Jerry on drums. We've got Jason Voorher on bass, laying down the bottom end, the thunder and the boom. And we have the one and only inimitable Eugene Hamilton as Diamond Dave. So it's going to be great. I don't know if Eugene's going to be wearing spandex, but he is a colourful character and he will no doubt be wearing his aviator sunglasses and jacket. The impact that Van Halen 1 had on me was immense. My guitar teacher at the time was given a mixtape of Van Halen stuff from one of his other students, to which he of course passed on to me and said, you should really check this stuff out. And I was about 12 years old, and I was still playing nylon string classical guitar at that time, and I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't even know how he could make those sounds on a guitar, and really that was it from there, you know? I was like, I gotta find out how he's doing that. You will be expecting black tape on this guitar. This is basically a pretty stock white Fender, you know, modified Fender Strat. But it's getting the Seymour Duncan Frankenstein bridge pickup put in it, which is an emulation of what he wound for Eddie back in the day for his Strat. And of course the black masking tape. So, you know, Bunnings will come in handy there. We are using the classic orange old MXR Phase 90. That's the one that Eddie used back in the day, and it sounds great. The famous brown sound, what can you say? I've spent a lot of time over the years investigating how Eddie got those tones, like a lot of people would have. I've got all the original Guitar World magazines from back in the day, back in the 80s when I used to collect them as a kid, which would have like little inserts that his guitar techs would show of like what amps he was using, how they were wired, what other kinds of things that they were doing. And really, you know, it's the sound of the glorious 1969 Marshall Plexi with everything on 10. And some really good transformers, or it'll blow up, of course. So, you know, that's the sound. Just 100-watt power tubes just cooking. Yeah, there's plenty of time and effort that goes into learning those solos note for note, and the rhythms and the riffs, you know, because Eddie, of course, is such a great rhythm player as well, which I hope people know. But and you know, get a real appreciation for that when you start digging into the riffs. But the solos, you know, I'll slow them down if I have to get every little nuance right. And of course, Eddie is well known for that kind of, as he calls it, the off the wall, falling down the stairs thing. And that's kind of, it takes a little bit of time to actually make it sound, to play it accurately, but make it sound like you're playing loose and landing on your feet the way Eddie would, you know. But a lot of that actually is just odd note groupings, like 5s and 7s and 9s and 11s within the lick. And then that's why it sounds like he's tumbling down the stairs, but he knows where he's going to land it. So it takes a bit of time, but it's fun, you know. Well, with the Melbourne Guitar Show every year, what I most look forward to actually is seeing all the new gear, because who isn't a gearhead, right? So all the new stuff that you don't sort of come across day to day, catching up with people for sure, listening to some of my favorite guitarists from Melbourne and actually outside of Melbourne too, that I wouldn't get to hear play all the time, and all in one spot. It's such a fantastic weekend of catching up with people, hearing great guitar music of all styles, and of course, you know, all the goodies and equipment. I think one of the things also that makes the Melbourne Guitar Show so unique is the crazy super jam on the Sundays that happens, of course, every year, and it has just the absolute who's who of people cutting stuff head to head, you know, which you often wouldn't see, and players of different styles as well. You know, you got a blues guy, a rock guy, a fusion guy, a shred guy, all cutting solos on the same stage is an awesome thing. For instance, last year, Jack Jones, Brett Garsed, and Dave Leslie, 3 complete unbelievable powerhouses on the guitar, all on the same stage. Awesome.